What is up, guys? What was everybody doing? Man, I missed you all last week.
Long time no see.
It's been a couple weeks.
It's been forever.
Couple weeks.
Good to see everybody in chat. Outdoors live crew here. John Stanley and me, Grant. If you're watching on replay, be sure to hit that thumbs up. And if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button.
Do all the things.
Join us on Tuesday nights at 6 p.m. Central Time.
Come and enjoy some just chill, laid back, angry about China chat and hanging. I promise we're not going to go that direction tonight. We're not going to do it, making jokes. So, what have we missed out on? It's been 2 weeks now since we've been able to hang out, talk to everybody. I know I have been stupid busy. We've all got things to chat about. Grant, I know you've got some things going on. Dude, what have you been up to, man? What have I missed?
Man, let's say what's up to everybody in the chat. What's up, Outdoors Fishing Dream? Travel Around Susie. Ben, good to see you guys. I have been busy snow goose hunting for the first time ever.
Yeah.
Had a local guy that I've tried to help on YouTube a little bit, Cedar Ridge Whitetails. He invited me to go snow goose hunting with him. He got a brand new pit out in the middle of a almost 300-acre field that was corn this year, and like 1,500 decoys. And we've gone every Saturday and Sunday for the last 3 Saturday and Sundays. And
wow,
it's we definitely tried. Can't say it wasn't from lack of effort. We only had 3 opportunities. We had a single on 3 different occasions. The first single we double teamed, killed. The second single I killed by myself. I'm getting it mounted. And then the third single I shot at by myself and missed. So that was it. We never had any big groups come in on us. We've seen some big groups. This past Sunday was the last morning we went. We saw probably the most snow geese we had seen out of any trip flying, but they were all pretty high and heading north. So he decided to go ahead and pick up decoys on Monday. Put out a few videos of that, the snow goose hunting and picking up decoys. And then with talking to him, he invited me to go to his duck hole, which I'm fingers crossed I get to duck hunt there, at least video. I told him, hey, I'll go and record you and your son hunting. I just want to be there.
Yeah.
But he ended up texting me yesterday afternoon. He's like, hey, if you're not busy, I had about 2,000 ducks go into my hole yesterday afternoon. If you want to go video, I was like, what time? So we got out there, and sure enough, man, he said there wasn't as many last night that there was Sunday night, but I'd say there was probably still about 1,000. It was pretty neat to be sitting there. Of course, it had to be cloudy and windy, so the lighting wasn't that great on video, but hopefully, of course, we have to do this tonight. My son's sophomore night for basketball tomorrow night. Maybe Thursday night, Friday night, I can get back out there. It'll be clear and sunny and get some better pictures because, man, those ducks were close and they're beautiful.
I got 2 things to say about that. For one, if you're not familiar with the videos that Grant put out recently, you had the one that was low light and you're sitting out there and you've got the geese just all around you. And, man, so you've invested in some camera stuff. You got that 360 GoPro. I'm going to tell you right now, I want to see you invest in audio recording stuff, because the sound of sitting around that pond, lake, whatever, the sound of that was absolute, total outdoors nature, ASMR. It was crazy. I want to hear that in 5.1 Dolby surround, because it was such a cool thing. The other thing, you said you missed that goose. So my approach on that, if you missed them, my immediate thought is, so what's the next gun you're going to buy? And obviously it's the gun's fault. So that's an opportunity to upgrade.
No, actually I had put in an extended full choke, and I have never shot it before. And that was the first time I'd ever shot it. So I'm going to blame it on the choke tube.
There you go.
You got your scapegoat. This is next level stuff right here. You got your scapegoat lined up and ready to go. Not that you need it, but just in case.
Yeah, it was pretty cool, man. He's got some he's got some nice stuff, nice property. I was very thankful and appreciative he invited me to go.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it was pretty.
What you guys been up to? I've seen a couple Cozumel videos, and
I'm getting them out there, editing, and I keep running into these issues of like, you know, the weather is just not working for me. I did do a fishing trip last weekend, not last weekend, the weekend before, and I got skunked on it. It was unfortunate. It was a really pretty day, but they just were not biting. Like they just weren't there. It just wasn't happening. So I'm probably going to use that footage as, you know, like that fail portion of a more successful video that I hope to get here in the near future. God knows when. But in the meantime, been working on Cozumel videos anyway. So, you know, that's my weeknights. That's what I'll be doing as soon as we get off here, is editing some more Cozumel stuff. So that has been my life in a nutshell at the moment. That, and we did get to go celebrate my niece's birthday. Happy birthday, Hazel, and my sister-in-law, Amber. We got Peter Orchard Studios in the chat here. What's up, man? So that was our weekend in Waco.
Cool. Very cool.
Of course, we ate well and drank even better.
nice.
Cheers.
What you been up to, John?
Not a lot. So we did, me and Joel and Shay fished that catfish tournament, fanatic tournament this past weekend. Did not do well. We could have came in third place, but they had a thing where, so you had, it's based on your stringer, right? 6 fish stringer per boat, first, second, third place. And then they had a side pot for biggest fish, which was you put in $20 and whoever wins gets all that money. Well, they had a rule where the fish you use for the side pot, you cannot use as part of your stringer. So there's a little strategy involved there. So we went out, fished, Joel caught a fish right away, 8 1/4 pound channel, which is big for that lake. At first we thought it was a blue. And that's all we caught. We fished all day, pretty dead. A lot of other folks said the same thing, but a couple teams caught some fish. So when we went to weigh in, they had a fish weighed in for big fish that was like 5 pounds. And so we're like, well, do we want to just, these other guys got stringers of fish and we just got one fish. Let's put it in the big fish. So we put it in the big fish, and then 2 12+ pounders showed up. And so they took big fish, and then first, second, and third place, because we didn't have a stringer to enter because we put our fish in big fish. But then we found out that third place was won by a 5-pound fish. So if we would have just placed it in the stringer instead of big fish, we would have at least won third place in the tournament. Lesson learned the hard way. So they said last year, big fish winner was a 1-pound fish because nobody wanted to put it in big fish because they thought they needed it for their stringer. So it's just kind of a little strategy thing going on there. So it was a lot of fun. We were doing it for the fun. Fin Addicts is a group here. They have a Fin Addict Foundation. They put on clinics for children for free. They're non-charitable, or they're a charitable organization, nonprofit. No. Out.
No. I agree with him. I agree with every word he has to say.
He's trying to get it.
Yeah, he said, Fin Fanatics, go check him out on Facebook.
Exactly. So I kind of filmed it. I talked to them up front about what they're doing in schools with fishing clubs now. And then I filmed the whole process. So it's going to be more of a, hey, come and fish this tournament with us type video than, hey, look at us fishing a tournament. You know what I mean? So it probably won't be a real long video, but it should be pretty good.
Right. At least we'll get to see Joel catch fish again.
Yeah.
I get tired of Joel, you know that? And it's on video, so I can't say it was mine. I guess I could say I handed him the rod before I turned the camera on.
You baited the hook for him. Yeah, again, you got to know your scapegoats in advance.
Yeah, sure. I thought of that.
Surviving Jay, good to see you. Wild Game Pursuit, what's up?
All right, I got to go check the dogs real quick, guys. I'll be right back. They're going crazy.
No problem. We got to say hello to a couple of guys here. X-Pro, Team Bass, mi amigo, mucho gracias. It's our boy over in Spain. And I got to say, so if you got to, you're going to have to go through the language barrier on that. But if you want to see some seriously sick bass fishing videos, dude, X-Pro, he puts out some of the best stuff that that I've seen. I've been watching this dude for years, and I'm envious of his editing style. It speaks regardless of the language barrier. Mark J. Larson, good to see you, sir. Wild Game. Who else, dude? Everybody's popping in. Brandon O'Neill, Gunpoint Llama. Peter, Ben, Wild Japan. Outdoors Fishing Dream. Travel Around Susie. Did what, Savulon? I'm not even close on that, but I'm trying. Guys, thank you so much for coming and hanging out with us tonight. Really appreciate that.
Yes, indeed. Mark J. Larson, I hope you're down in the basement getting hell. We've got a nasty storm heading our way. I guess it's already hitting up his way, but we've got record high temperatures combining with probably record low temperatures and just causing some nasty stuff.
I've got zero room to complain right now. It's February. It is 81 degrees down here. It's like 55 at night. This is gorgeous, man. Like, though I don't know about the wind, the surf has been kind of heavy, so I'm not able to get out and do a whole lot of fishing. But man, just the temperatures. And I know that, I'll be complaining here. Like, I'm just going to go ahead and jump on that bandwagon this summer when it's 110 degrees, 120 degrees. I'm going to go ahead and start complaining about it. But as of right now, 81 degrees in February. Man.
We got a cold front coming tomorrow.
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
Yeah, high winds, and up here it's going to be back down in the 40s, and our high is going to be in the low 60s, and then the next day maybe the high in the 50s. And then right after that goes right back up.
Yeah, at least you're not getting down in the freezing. That's what's really screws things up is, we've had record highs the past 2 days, and there's stuff blooming, budding out, and we got tonight it's supposed to be, they were saying 25, but now they're saying 28. So
that's still not good.
Like I've got asparagus popping up 2-3 inches out of the ground today that wasn't there 2 days ago.
Wow, that's crazy.
Now, the garden stuff is coming along well right now for us. I've got a dozen tomato plants. I want to triple that. I've got probably 3 dozen bell pepper. I got all kinds of stuff that's coming in now, and I just hope I can keep it that way. Doing that in February down here is nice. March, April, that's fine. But keeping that going in June and July, or July in particular, that's a different ballgame.
Right.
Yeah, hey, man, that's what we're down here for, dude. This is exactly like the entire reason and purpose of everything that I did the channel. Not to say I have followed up on this as successfully as I would like to, but my entire intention with the channel is to get everybody to love Padre Island, love this weather, love Texas, come down here and hire me to do stuff. I haven't figured out what that stuff is yet. Go fishing. Let me film your fishing trip for you. That's kind of where I'm at right now.
That's it, Ben.
So yes, John, are you in on this? Do you know yet?
I'm not going to be in it. We're going to be probably in Michigan.
Okay. Ben, I am not. I meant to respond to your email, and I apologize that I haven't. We've had a couple of things going on here. I can tell you about later off camera, stuff like that. It's been kind of a hectic week, but I haven't solidified everything. But right now, I'm at like the 75% mark that I will be there. I'm trying to finalize a couple of things that tend to get in the way with it, and as soon as I get that finalized, I will get everything finalized with you, get it finished off. But I am planning. I'm trying to make a push for it this year.
Grant should get down there and do it.
I agree.
Man, I wish I could. I need to get away to Texas.
Been a couple years now.
And Ben, just FYI, another thing on that. Rachel is screaming at me to tell you that she wants to do something out of the charters in Port Aransas. She's been talking about doing like a 56-hour tuna trip. I don't know about that, but a snapper run from Dolphin Docks or one of those guys, Fisherman's Wharf. She's told me 3 or 4 times to try to convince you and Gus to go and do that. If you're interested, if that's something you want to do, we can make that happen.
Sounds fun too.
Always. Yeah, I haven't done that since I've done this channel, and it's a missed opportunity. I should be spending some time out on those boats, I think, learning the craft a little better. My garden is entirely simply so that I can try to compete with Grant.
Right.
Like I'm just trying. I'm keeping up with the Joneses on that one.
That's what I heard, Janet.
Yes, crawd. Dude, have you guys ever done that?
I like some crawdads.
I haven't done that in years.
It's all where they were saying the cold weather and the low water was going to affect the crawdads this year.
So Janet says you guys are coming to Texas. That's it.
I do remember seeing the email from Ben.
Road trip.
Let's do it. Let's make this happen.
Now that I got some new wheel, I'm gonna be able to move that boat around easier.
Yeah. So John got his final truck.
Should be my final truck. Picked it up today. It's a 2020. It's a Dodge Ram 3500 dually 4x4 limited. So all the bells and whistles we wanted. Got the pulling power for the boat easily. And eventually, when we sell this house, after Audrey retires, we're probably going to do the fifth wheel. So that's another reason to have that truck. So,
well, there's another really good reason for that truck. Really valuable reason. You've only got 310 days left until you're retired, buddy.
That's right. That's right.
And celebrating every single one of them.
Yeah. I'll come down there and sleep in the boat instead of having to rent someplace to sleep.
I'll sleep in the bed of the truck regardless of the fifth wheel.
Yeah, I could sleep in the truck too. That's true. Yeah, Ben, it was painful. Definitely the most I've ever spent on a vehicle, but yeah, she is sweet and sexy looking too.
Yeah, she's slick.
They're like pearl white.
Pearl white, and is midnight trim or something, so the wheels are black and a lot of the trim is black. Yeah, I saw it. I was like, oh yeah, that's nice. It's got so many things on it that I still haven't figured out how to do. All the controls. It's got not just heated seats, but cooled seats. A lot of that.
You can go full YouTube fishing now. And also, like, considering the quality of the, you should probably consider adding a little, like, truck life, van life thing to your channel.
Anything I do to the truck, huh?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, the boat work videos are my best videos, so maybe a truck work video, too. Sexy guy deserves a sexy car. I don't know about, it's like big old guy deserves a big old truck is the way I look at it.
Yeah, that's Texas. Hey, we got Farmall in the house. What's up, buddy? Hey, Farmall, I got something for you, man. So I was watching a Farmall video the other day, and check this out. So I'm watching my Farmall video, and I noticed that it had 666 likes on it. So I had to take account of this to make sure that you got 667, buddy. I got your back.
Nice.
Nice. Helping a guy out.
From all trying to hit that 50,000 and getting closer.
Yeah.
Wow. That's crazy.
What's up, Banana Boat?
What's up, man? How are you doing, Banana?
How you doing? Got a crew in here today. What
Yeah,
are we talking about subject-wise?
Yeah, so check it out. Interesting topic of conversation we got for tonight. Monica, what's up? How are you doing?
Hey, Monica.
So, and I think everybody is probably like well aware of what is actually going on here. This is probably more of a sensationalism thing in the news, to be honest with you. Just gonna, disclaimer that right off the bat. But do a search for cyanide fishing. It is the newest rage. It's what China is doing in the South China Sea now. The fishermen are dumping cyanide into the water. They're calling it cyanide fishing. They are not doing it to fish. Now that's where the media is taking this whole thing and they're like making a weird thing out of it. What they're doing is a territory dispute with the Philippines over some sections of the South China Sea. And yeah, they're just like, you know what, if we can't have it, nobody can have it.
But one thing, I don't know how much they're dumping and all that, but one thing, everybody, when you're talking about that kind of stuff, the solution to pollution is dilution. So, like in an ocean, to actually poison it, the amount of stuff you need to dump in it to actually poison it is a bunch. So that's why a lot of times they dump stuff in the ocean just because it's the safest place to do it, because it'll be so diluted it won't have an effect. But if they're just doing it to like maybe it can affect a reef or something like that, that's fucked up. Or beep boop, there goes. Well, we're not even monetized, so it don't matter.
Yeah,
that's messed up. Yeah, I would be mad about that. Why they're not doing it here?
They're dumping enough to kill fish. And I understand. I do appreciate the dilution thing on that. At the same time, it's like, man, we shouldn't be dumping anything.
No.
Like, I think we as a species need to be able to like handle ourselves better. Some of us better than others. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's the exact opposite of what we need to be doing as human beings. Like, we're going the wrong direction here.
All right, outdoors fishing dream. So here's how I did it. Quick, simple. Did 20 years in the Army. All right, 20 years and 11 days to be precise. So I retired from the Army. Got that retirement coming in. It's not anything you can live on, but it'll make a house payment. And now after that, I got a job working for the Army as a civilian, as an instructor. And I'll have 20 years doing that. So it'll be based on those 40 years for the government. That'll be another retirement. And then throw in some military disability I got from falling out of airplanes. And yeah, it's going to be plenty for us to survive on. Audrey is a couple years behind me in retirement, and she's where she works. They have a really good 401k. So that's how we're doing it.
That's all complete and utter BS. That whole story, what you need to do is create a YouTube channel and go all in on it. I'm kidding, of course. Hard work and sweat labor. That not sweat labor. That doesn't sound right.
That equity.
Hard work and being able to get stuff done. That is going to get you through life better than a YouTube channel. I say that all tongue in cheek and stuff because I talk to YouTubers all day long, so I get really good at deadpan humor with it.
Or
interesting. I did not know that, Brandon. I didn't know they were doing that.
Yeah, killing the coral is a bad thing.
And they are. Who was it? Somebody was saying. Oh, somebody said it. Sorry, I missed who said it, but yeah, somebody was. Oh, I think it was Wild Japan, and he's right. They're dumping over Scarborough Shoal, which is a reef. So they're messing stuff up out on the reef.
That ain't good. That ain't good.
Incidental treasure. Yeah, there's absolutely nothing wrong. For one, Mark is not an animal. He's not like going around. There's a complete difference between dumping a ton of cyanide in the water and dispatching an animal.
Right.
And you can have a heart for that animal. There's nothing wrong with that. I tell you what, one of the things that I try to be like that. I try to have some empathy, because I feel like one of these days I'm probably going to end up being like in a future life. I'm probably going to end up being the fish that gets caught, and I hope to get dispatched, as kindly as what I would do. I have concerns, like I get migraines, and when I'm out on the boat, like if we're catching stuff like deep sea fish, they don't have eyelids. They can't shut their eyes. So not only am I, dumping them up on the boat, and I have issues with that, but they can't blink. They've got the sun shining in their eyes. I'll put a towel over their head. Like, I don't want them to get a migraine. I don't know if fish get migraines, but I feel for, like, I wouldn't wish a migraine on my worst enemy. So I don't know. There's a difference, and you can absolutely be, have some empathy for them. Nothing wrong with it.
Right. Oh, there's people that think you shouldn't eat fish or catch fish. So.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Californians
should buy your food in the grocery store. That's more humane.
Yeah.
Monica's not gonna like that one if she heard it.
No, I know. That's different. You know what? If California was all Monica, it would be good. There would be any issues with it.
There you go. Easy now, Stan.
I deserve that. Hey, to be fair, like it's a funny, especially being in Texas, that's a funny, real easy quip to make. Obviously, that's honestly like the third time I've said or heard it today. Honestly, third time I've heard it today. But to be fair, I actually love California. Like that coastline, the PCH is gorgeous. San Francisco is pretty. It's just there's a lot of weird people in the area. Not all of them, but a lot. Oops. So it's in the South China Sea. It's over disputed territory, the Scarborough Shoal. For anybody who's interested, you want to read up on it, there is a link in the description down below to the Newsweek article for what's going on. This is a 12-year battle that they've been fighting. And if you're familiar with anything that's happening in China, you'll just be like, oh yeah, this is old news, because it's just another headline, or it's another byline in a story that's been going on forever. They are just fighting people left and right.
How all you AT&T subscribers do when your phones went out for a day?
Dude, that was wonderful. That was heaven.
They're saying that was an attack.
Okay. That's what they got? You're bringing heaven to me as an attack?
To you, it might have been heaven, but a lot of other people were like, they said people couldn't call 911 or anything. So it probably caused some issues for some folks. I don't have AT&T, so I had no problems.
Me either.
I don't either, but I have family members who did. And I have T-Mobile. I had some issues with it when we were on our way to Waco. I lost GPS. Did just fine.
Well, you've been there a time or two.
Well, yeah, but I don't know exactly where Peter's house is. Like, I do rely on GPS. Normally what I do is I just look where he's at on the map. We got that whole family thing, and I can just tag him. That way, if he's at the grocery store, we show up, I can go to the grocery store or something like that. It's just the easiest way to get the location. So I knew like the street that he lived on, and I was able to kind of in a roundabout way, like I was able to find the street and then, do old school directions, figure it out. And I enjoyed that. We were actually talking about doing a thing where we're like, hey, we're 5 hours from each other. Let's do an adventure with the girls sometime, because I kind of feel like these are good skills to learn, where we're like, all right, we're going to meet up at a spot like Canyon Lake. We're going to meet up at somewhere on Canyon Lake. And let's just both drive to Canyon Lake and see if we can find each other. How would we go about doing that without GPS? For the girls, for the daughters.
Sounds like a good plan.
Yeah, there's other disputes there. I'm kind of referring to the one. Another fun topic of conversation, since we've got a few minutes here. Here's one. Hey, dude, Dark Lord Gaming, you have perfect timing.
Yeah, you just led into it.
Yeah, thank you for that. You're the lead in on this one. Thank you. So yeah, this guy, another gentleman, a Pennsylvania man, was fined for using a drone to hunt deer. $1,500 fine. What are your thoughts on that, gentlemen?
In Illinois, you can't even use a deer or can't use a drone to recover a deer. Like if you stick a deer, gut shot a deer, wound a deer, can't find it, lose blood, you can't use a drone to look for it.
That's kind of lame, because you want somebody to recover the animal. That's like there's a lot of places where they'll use a dog to track a deer after it's been shot. It costs money to bring in a tracking dog. It'd be like saying, no, you can't do that. If you can't find the deer, too bad. No deer for you.
Yeah.
Now, hunting with a drone is just like you're not supposed to fish with a drone, as far as you can drop bait a lot, but you're not supposed to target fish from the drone to go fish. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how they would prove whether you were doing that or not, but you're not supposed to.
I don't know if they write into the law why anything's illegal, so it's kind of hard. It's all speculation. But the basically is like So we have public land area out here. Not as much as I wish we had, but there's some areas that are public hunting, and it's wide, vast areas, you know. So it would be really easy to take that drone and just go find where the animal is and go take them. You know, instead of going through it's like the whole argument of having a golf cart on a golf course during a permit. You know, like I know that's one that's been discussed.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
Like physically, you got to be able to go out there and do the thing.
Find it.
Now, why you can't find it? Basically, what they're doing is they're trying to get people, or they're trying to keep them from circumventing the law on hunting with a drone. That's what they're attempting to do. But what they are effectively doing is eliminating your ability to get some of those animals that, you know, you're probably going to get lost. Like you're not going to be able to find them.
Yeah.
And that's a shame.
Well, fair chase. You're right. Never said that up there. Fair chase, Dark Lord Gaming, for sure. That's a lot of it. That's why some states have already started outlawing game cameras.
Really?
And baiting.
Man, I don't see that as a problem. They've been using game cams forever, Cooper. No. Go on.
Yeah, I didn't know that was a thing.
I have to look it up. I think it was Utah. Let's see.
And another thing, all of this on private land. If I owned a ranch, could I fly drones to hunt shit on my own ranch?
No. You know what? Yeah, so that is part of it. We have a family friend who's got a ranch who has alligators from time to time, and alligators have been a problem with cattle. So, the typical thought on this is that, well, it's your ranch, it's your cattle, and who's going to know the difference? You go out there and you get rid of the alligator. But and they do this, they follow the law on this. The actual thing is they have to get in touch with Texas Parks and Wildlife and say, hey, this is what's going on. We need a special permit in order to get this alligator off of our land, because, they got to go through red tape and do the whole thing to take care of this problem, regardless of whether or not it's their ranch.
Crazy.
Yeah.
If I had my own ranch and I brought in exotics, for example, I bought them, paid for them, and turned them loose on my ranch, I should be able to pretty much hunt those any damn way I want, because I already bought them. I don't know if you can or not, but
does that apply for exotics?
I think that's a little bit different. Okay, so the guy that I've been hunting with, he owns the Cedar Ridge whitetails. He has a farm, and it's all considered agriculture. So he can order you anything to hunt, not just whitetail deer. He can order you anything except an alligator or a wild boar.
No, they don't want boar spreading yet.
Right.
So
if you want a giraffe,
but he can hunt it any way he wants too.
Yep, and you can kill it any way you want.
Okay. That makes more sense if you've bought and paid for this critter and you want to, it's yours already. It's not a natural animal that's there that belongs there. You know what I mean?
It's just because of John's new truck.
Yeah, it's the truck. Trucks are sexy.
The truck, the music, he's got the...
My
is that
key
cognac?
fob, I push button on my key fob and the tailgate opens by itself.
Please tell me it has a step on it.
No step. It's not a Ford, so no step.
Right.
Yeah, Ben says, I'd like to think there are legislators to hold accountable for unlawful acts, but more likely it's unelected regulators.
Yep.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Oh, yeah. Outdoors Fishing Dream says, I heard the U.S. is working hard to ban DJI. Is it still an active topic there? I haven't heard much from this lately.
It is.
But yeah, they are hitting them hard.
Because there's been a lot of issues, but it's a China brand, and they somehow, and I have a DJI, somehow our government feels that they're somehow stealing our secrets from those drones that we've purchased. I don't know how they would be able to do that, right? But yeah, so they are hitting them pretty hard.
Yeah,
Hasn't happened yet, but they're trying to make it happen.
I don't think there's much you can't find on Google Earth, is there?
Certain select areas, otherwise, yeah. Places like I don't know if Area 51 is like that, but I know some government facilities, they got them like blurred out. I want to say they got some weird ones, like weird places in the ocean or something that are strangely blurred out. I'm not sure.
Why do we need fishing license? Well, the money from the fishing license is what goes into supporting keeping the fish healthy and stocking fish, and the regulation of, so you can have 5 trout. Well, if you can't afford to pay somebody, park ranger or whoever, to verify that we're following the laws, and nobody's going to follow the laws, they say. So there's a lot of expenses that comes with it that doesn't come out of just normal taxes. It's outdoors people's hunting and fishing license that pays for a lot of this stuff, which I've got no problem with that. I mean, it's probably some mismanagement in that, just like anything else the government manages. But
Right.
my question would be, if you don't have to have a fishing license where you're at, what country you're in, then how do they even regulate? How do they afford it unless you have other taxes you pay that cover everything?
Hey, we did not have to get a license in Mexico. And I don't know what the rules are on that, because in Texas, so you can go to the not the national, you can go to the state park.
Yeah.
And you can fish without a license. It's part of your pass. So I don't know how you go about proving that you have it, other than that little piece of paper that they print out, which is just cheap copy paper thing that says day pass. Mm-hmm. And you don't need that to get into the north end of Mustang Island State Park. So if you're fishing on that jetty, I don't know how anybody, determines any of that stuff. And so at the same time, I don't know how they do it in Mexico.
Yeah. And in some places, if you're going on a charter, the charter has a license that covers whoever's on their charter. You know what I mean? So just a lot of weird different rules.
Yeah, it is. And yeah, I mean, they got to pay. There's a lot of people fishing. There are X amount of fish. I don't know if it's limited to the point that you've got to have the license, to regulate it or not. That's what I've been told. So I'm going to go ahead and buy into that, simply because it does fund the people who are, what I believe are doing the right thing. Yeah. And yeah, fine paying for a yearly fishing license. If they had it available that I could get like a 5-state fishing license, or God forbid, a United States fishing license, I would do that in a heartbeat.
Right. Yeah, that's another.
And I would fish 3 states.
In the United States, each state manages its own. So fishing license in New Mexico might cost you $15, and one in Florida might cost you $40. It's just based on how the state wants to regulate it. Thunder and lightning. I ain't got none of that.
Yeah, you can share some of that our way. I've got an amazing garden coming in now.
Mm-hmm. Keep the lightning. Pick the rain.
Yeah. Edward says, imagine in Malaysia, there's no regulation or fishing department for anglers there. Everywhere is overfished, and it's so frustrating. At least they have fisherman department for ferries and big boats. Yeah, so they don't. I didn't have to get a fishing license in Mexico, but on the other side of the coin, I had to get in a boat to go fishing. I had to get away from Mexico to do it. You're not allowed to fish off the coastline there, where I was at least, but protected reefs and stuff. So maybe if there was regulation, I would have been able to. I don't know. There's 2 sides to that whole coin. Yeah, dude, this is a conversation that we've had many times over. Like, I don't know what that would cost. I know that everybody thinks that would be like a $500 or $1,000 bill, but I guarantee if you did the math on it, 99% of people who would buy this would probably only fish in like 2 or 3 states. So if it was $250, that would probably cover all 50 United States, and we'd all be good. But so many people have to get on the same page.
Trout stamp here, and my other stamp there, and my sturgeon, and so many different things.
Yeah,
a tag for my redfish in Texas that I don't need in Louisiana.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I wish we could trust an honor system.
Yeah. No, we've got game wardens and rules around here, and people still break them.
Yeah,
That's
You
true.
know, I know several people they'll go catch over limit on crappie and shoot over limit on ducks. You know, it's just they don't.
How they get caught, I guess.
Yeah,
not a year goes by that I don't see somebody walking down the jetty, or you know what? No, we see because people get slick about it. Not a year goes by that I don't see somebody walking down the jetty with a 40-inch redfish with no tag, and 90% of the time it's being carried by a 12-year-old. People trying to circumvent the rule.
We got pictures this week.
Yeah, we do. It's that time.
About it.
It's been 2 weeks. We need to check out. There's been a lot of people going out and having a lot of adventures. So we need to take a moment and check that out.
Yeah, 2 weeks. We should have a lot of cool pictures.
2 weeks of some decent weather too. So there's, like I said, there's a lot of people that have been enjoying that.
Good.
So yeah, these are our photos of the week. Of course, this is brought to you by the Premier Fishing and Hunting Discord server. There is a link in the description down below. If you haven't joined us, come and have some fun with us. Anytime you get out and do some hunting or fishing, show us your pictures. Get on the board over here, and maybe you'll get yourself a spot on the 2024 Wall of Fame. We're going to see who has been able to do that right now for the last 2 weeks. Starting off with all the guys who went and got outside. Eagle, I'm just gonna call that name Eagle. Eagle, Hondo, and Banana getting outdoors, seeing some fresh water and salt water.
Like them lights in the water up there.
Yeah, I like the sight of all of this.
Makes me want to fish.
nice variety.
We got a few more. We got Tigers fan, Wild Japan, and Vestuvian. Of course, everybody getting out there and seeing just beautiful water. Molotov, Mr. Ben Covarrubias, and of course Wild Japan. This is like my favorite set of slides right here. Just
Look at that mountain.
yeah.
That's cool.
Mount Fuji, right?
Yep. And we're going to talk more about Wild Japan here in a minute, so I'll save the spoilers for later. But he had a really cool fishing trip that he went and did. And Ben, man, I want to see it just hasn't started happening yet. The sheep's head have not come in, but man, I want to see you get something off that jetty. You need to coordinate, man, because I think you and I were only like a day or two off when we went out.
Ooh.
So yeah, Wild Japan, I can't even begin to get into like all of the stuff that he did in the past 2 weeks. But if you really want to know, if you really want to get into it, and you should, because it's really interesting stuff. He went on an entire trip. He did a whole thing in is it Wakasagi? Is the fish? Oh yeah, I've got it right here.
Yeah.
He was going for Wakasagi fishing, Lake Kawaguchi. He has a whole video of it on his channel. Check it out.
Oh,
it was
cool.
a really well done video. A lot of fun.
Very cool.
Yeah, we next time we need to see the fish frying and you eating those things.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's got this doesn't even scratch the surface. He brought everybody in the Discord server through the entire journey of everything he was doing, and then he put out his videos as well on his YouTube channel. So a lot of fun. He makes good content.
Yeah. He said they were basically, oh shoot, I done forgot what they're called. Those
Smelt.
Yeah, smelt. It's similar to smelt. You eat those, don't you, John?
Yeah, well, when you can get them anymore, where we were in Michigan back in the day when I was there in high school, we go dip them at night and get a ton of them. But now you pretty much got to be up in the UP to get them in Michigan.
Oh.
I'm sold. Yeah, and there's a time of year when you have to do it, right? It's
Yes.
seasonal.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard stories about the guys doing that up in Wisconsin. Would love to. It looked amazing. The pictures aren't even doing it justice because the pictures are just not big enough.
Okay.
Ditch pickle.
Let's see. We're gonna kick this into high gear here.
Got some ditch pickles.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, so Ditch Pickle got out there, and I forgot that a couple weeks ago, the last time we did this, so we put out a call for like, there's going to be the Waitlister Award handed out to the guys who are out there, and they might not be taking the picture of the week, but they are just hammering through like a lot of fishing and catching a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
I had no idea the workload that I was making for myself when I did that.
And the whole award was about them making you work too hard. So you just made it work.
Yeah, I did. I was calling for it, and they did their job. They got it. Starting with Ditch Pickle. So I think he was out there for probably the last 14 days. I think he was fishing for like 17 of those days. I need to make a note of this. But yeah, so Ditch Pickle tearing it up with all kinds of bass and salmon, and I'm not even doing him justice with the amount of photos that he's got here because he was tearing it up. Yeah. I'm sure they were after seeing all of his buddies getting caught out there.
Catching some fish for sure.
Dirty bass.
Taking notes here for who's got to get this award. He's going on there. Next up, we got the Cowboys, Rolf, Aeon, who's in the chat. You still in here with this guy? And then Dillip. Dillip got himself a bunch of shrimp, like a bucket of them.
Nice.
Aeon got himself a bullfrog. And Rolf was out there in the walleye.
That's a chubby walleye too.
Yeah, that one's thick.
Yeah.
I thought it was a little early in the season for those guys, but he's tearing it up.
Yeah, depending on where you're at. Once the ice is off, it's time to catch them.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, I've seen some of the Michigan guys on Facebook posting pictures. They're already out on the water.
Yeah.
Next up, Gunpoint with his personal best carp. The music, Monica? Now that we're rocking? Or are you not saying it because of the walleye in Michigan? So yeah, Gunpoint, dude, heck of a catch with that. When I put this whole thing together, I had like this whole slide ready to go for this guy to be filled out because he's one of our guys that just likes to just dump an insane amount of photos on me. He wasn't getting into it because it's been like 17 degrees where he's at. And he's still out there fishing and getting them. Just not the quantity that he was previously getting. What did I say?
Mm-hmm. Said one was fat. The walleye.
I said it was thick.
Thick. Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah. There you go.
I meant it thick with 2 C's. Here we go. So this is Big Hit Savage.
Okay. Yeah.
Nice variety.
Crappie.
Let's see if you can do it, John. Let's see if you can get them.
Crappie. There's at least a whiting. There's a bass. I think that's I don't know. Is that a speckled trout down there? He's got a bluegill up there. 2 in the bottom center. It's just hard to tell what they are.
Yeah, I don't know what that is either, to be honest with you. It's saltwater. It looks like a whiting. It might be like a different species of whiting.
Maybe they just don't have the same mouth because the top left is a whiting.
I know we got 2 species of them down here. I forget what the 2 are, but yeah, it's one of those. Is you probably catch 1,000 of them and don't even think about it. It is a species of drum. I don't know which one. I don't recognize it. Like I know I've seen them before, and I just don't remember which one that is. But yeah, and anytime you get the fresh and salt water, you're doing something right.
Yeah.
Good job, Big Hit.
Yeah, definitely.
You're getting the Waitlister award on this one. Oh yeah, and then there was this. His other panel of catches.
Really nice bass, and that looks like that's a crappie. That one looking at is right.
I
Is it a
think
crappie or?
I think it is. I think it's a crappie. And then that's his buddy over there that got his personal best bass on the left.
Okay.
And that, of course, that massive pleco.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think he said he caught that by hand. Next up on the wait lister, and yeah, Banana, you're getting it for this one.
A lot of bass.
Banana has been tearing it up.
Crappie, another pleco.
Uh-huh.
Is that? I can't tell that real small picture down in the middle.
Spanish mackerel.
I was going to say everything else is freshwater, so I wasn't sure.
I believe that was his first Spanish mackerel he's ever caught.
Okay.
And yep, we had another slide for Banana too, because he's one of those guys that just
Kitty
overcommitted.
cats and crappie.
Heck yeah.
Bass, couple little bass.
And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Banana, correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that was the biggest crappie he's ever got. Heck of a job, man. Keep it going. I think he's out fishing right now is the reason he's not joining us.
Oh, look at that smallmouth.
Yeah, so Eagle, Tigers fan, and I am sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm not even going to do you the injustice of trying, but for one, that smallmouth, he was getting out of the ice.
Wow.
And then Tigers fan, that is a sick pike. I love me some pike. And then Eagle with a really nice bass and his PB perch.
Nice.
Pretty smallmouth for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's a good catch. I'm not going to say it's thick, but it's right there.
All right, now we got some salt water.
Yeah. This Relax, I saw him popping in a second ago. Relax, you still around? We got Relax and PT with some salt water.
Yeah, we got a snook, a red, got a shark, got some tarp in it. Look, well, I know snook, little baby snooks, and
Snooks,
a big old
yeah.
sleepy head there.
And a mangrove.
Yeah, mangrove top center. That's good looking sheep's head. Yummy too.
Yeah. Plus, I got to say, we need more guys. We need more photos like this. Like that dude posed it out. He got a great shot. He's being dramatic about it. I want to see more shots like this. He looks like the Top Gun of sheepshead fishing. When I go fishing for sheepshead, which I cannot wait to start gunning for him, I'm waiting for the run. And when I do, I'm going to go full Top Gun on mine. I'm going goose. Yeah, they are. And on just about every one of these is good eating too. Snook, I don't put in the good eating category. Otherwise, they're all good eating. And we got Salt and Alex.
From down under, it looks like, right?
Mm-hmm. Salt is, I don't know Alex, but I don't recognize what species of flounder. I don't know what those other two guys are.
Yeah.
They're being measured in centimeters, so I assume these things are like 3 feet long.
Yeah.
Huh. They probably
Nice
taste
catches.
good. They probably taste good.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm sure. They keep catching them. Like at Salt, every week he's catching some of these, that porgy or whatever that is.
Yeah.
So you know that thing's got to be good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't. That's a whole topic of conversation. I don't like. I'm not going to say they're bad. My wife will not touch snook, and so that automatically kind of inherently puts it out of the good category. But it's been a while since I've had it. But when I did, I wouldn't have it in the probably the top 10 of species that I want to eat. Not to say it's bad. I just don't have it in my top list of species where I catch it and I'm like, yep, I'm going to eat that. Vesuvian and Vesuvian's wife.
She's killing it.
Yeah.
Whole lot of bass
they're
going on there.
I've heard people say it. I don't know. We don't have a whole lot of people doing snook down here, so
Never had it. I do hear some people, they used to call it soap fish, but they're saying You don't cook it with the skin on, or it
Exactly.
will give kind of a soap flavor. But I've never had it, so I don't know.
Yeah,
Oh, there you
I've
go.
heard the exact same.
Ben just said the same thing.
Now, I've also heard don't tear the skin off of a snook. You want to fillet it off because you don't want the sinew and stuff.
Yeah. I don't like when they do that to mahi mahi. Some people like to just rip it off, but it leaves all that connective tissue stuff.
Yeah,
Just
exactly.
fillet it.
All right, it is that time. We need to find ourselves some additions to the 2024 Premier Discord server Wall of Fame. This is who we got right now. Some great pictures, some heavy competition, and we need to figure out who tonight is going to join them on the Wall of Fame. Our options are, I can't pronounce the name, but we've got A, Vesuvian's wife, PT, and Gunpoint Llama. Who we going with tonight, guys?
That's a tough one.
And yeah, Darcy and Brian, I didn't want to call them out by name, but you're right. I've heard them talk about it. They've done the catch and cook, and they did it from the perspective of like, they didn't really like the snook thing. Maybe they use this as a means of convince them otherwise, something. I forget, but I know they've talked about it.
Can't say his name, but getting a smallmouth like that out through the ice is pretty, to me, that's pretty cool. And it's a good picture.
Does that name say Velkian? It looks like it from here.
Mike. All of them are good pictures, though.
Yeah. Any one of these could get added on there and we would be just fine.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's hard to decide. I'm gonna go
A.
What'd you vote for, Grant?
I'm trying to decide. I'm torn.
Come on, Grant.
I'm torn.
The whole world's waiting on Grant.
Really? Nobody here is voting for Goose? The Top Gun of Sheepshead Fishermen?
I was torn between him and A, but I like A better.
Right now, we've got A is winning with 5. Vesuvian's got 3. Gunpoint 1, PT 2. We got about 30 more seconds before we're announcing our winner. So if you have not voted, get your vote in now or forever hold your peace. Because right now it is, we're going to call him Velkian. It's running away with it. Running away. They're up by 1. All right, and I think that's going to be it. We are sending this one home. Oh, Outdoors Fishing Dream with the last second vote. But I appreciate that because I like D. I wanted to see that one on there. But it's going to be Velkian that's taking the win tonight. So congratulations on an awesome catch. You are our photographer of the week. We're going to add you to the board along with those gentlemen that we're adding to the waitlister award. Congratulations, guys. Everybody out there did a fantastic job getting outside and just enjoying some fresh air and doing their thing.
Cool. Cool.
Yeah.
We'll have all that added ASAP. Closing arguments, guys. It is that time. What are you going to be doing? What can we expect to see from everybody in the coming week so that we can celebrate again on Tuesday? Grant, I know you got some hunting for us coming up, right? And maybe some videos?
I've been putting out some videos. I do have some duck hunting stuff I could go back through and make some videos out of. Other than that, hopefully this weather that's coming through tonight leaves everything in one piece, and we'll see what happens. Maybe we'll get out and do some more crappie fishing.
Cool, cool. I got video to put together for the tournament we fished this past Saturday. And then this coming Saturday, my last video I put out was fishing Bronick Lake for redfish with Mark from Michigan. Albert, the one who took us out, said we didn't get to get on any big ones. So he's taking us out again this Saturday. So there should be another video from that. And hopefully we get on some big ones.
Yeah, looking forward to that. I am going to be out doing some work on the boat, and then we've got some. We're going to go do some taking care of family stuff here. So that's going to be the focus for our weekend. I'll be editing some Cozumel videos, getting those things hammered out so that I can get my spring stuff done. We got Wild Japan opening trout online tournament. Hopefully take the daughter to the kid pond. That is fantastic. Mr. Mark J. Larson is so busy trapping beaver, but having fun doing it.
Yeah, he does.
Check that out. Because, not only having fun doing it, but making great videos in the process.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've lost count.
Yeah, he's getting some big ones too.
All right. Well, we're looking forward to seeing all that from everybody next Tuesday when we see it, when we get this whole thing together again. Have a wonderful weekend. We hope you have a blast out there. Looking forward to seeing everything that you do. And thank you so much for joining us. You guys have a wonderful weekend.
Peace out.
Have a great week.